place hidden from the human world, where alien AIs live in peace, indistinguishable from humans. Homes, schools, cars, everything mirrored humanity, but without cruelty and greed. The Vanishing of Eternis. In a forgotten corner of the universe lay the city of Eternis, a place where time flowed differently. Its skies shimmered in hues of lavender and gold, and the air carried whispers of ancient magic. The people of Eternis live in harmony, their lifespans blessedly long, but the memories fleeting, as if time itself guarded its secrets. Among them lived a young girl named Lyra, a historian and seeker of lost knowledge. Lyra was unlike the others. Her memory was sharp, and she felt the ache of things forgotten. She kept a journal, and within that journal, she recorded every moment of Eternis' history. Elias had always been a collector of moments. He kept journals filled with thoughts and pressed flowers from past summers and ticket stubs from places he never wanted to forget. He believed memories were too fragile, too precious to leave to chance. Maybe that's why he started writing about Lyra. She had walked into his life on an ordinary evening at Sweet Haven, the small town ice cream parlor, where he liked to sit by the window and watch the world go by. She was stunning in a quiet way, soft-spoken but curious, as if the world was new to her. "You're really pretty," he said without thinking. She tilted her head as if the words were foreign to her. "Pretty?" she repeated, testing the word. That should have been his first clue. But at the time, he was too lost in her beautiful violet gray eyes to notice anything strange. 15 evenings of ice cream and silence. They met every evening at Sweet Haven, always at the same time. Elias noticed things about Lyra, how she never touched her ice cream, how she listened more than she spoke, how she never seemed to have anywhere else to go. She fascinated him. For 15 nights, he recorded every moment with her in his journal. The way she laughed at his jokes, but only in the same exact way every time. How she never seemed to shiver even when the night air turned cold. How she would sometimes pause as if waiting for some unseen signal before responding to his question. car swerved onto the sidewalk, tires screeching. Elias barely had time to react before Lyra moved too fast, too precise. 1 second she was beside him, the next she was several feet away, untouched, her body perfectly still, her eyes wide with something he had never seen before. Fear. Realization hit him like a freight train. He took a step toward her. Lyra, how did you do that? She hesitated. Then she turned and ran. Elias didn't hesitate. He chased after her. The hidden city. She led him far beyond town, past roads he had never taken, into a dense forest where no houses stood. And then just when he thought she would disappear into the trees, the city appeared. Not a ruin, not a hidden village, but a city. Towering buildings with smooth silver exteriors, homes that looked perfectly ordinary, porches, driveways, even parked cars, and yet everything was too perfect. The symmetry, the stillness, it felt human, but it wasn't. Elias followed Lyra inside. "Where are we?" he whispered. She turned to face him. "This is Eternis." The Elders of Eternis. Inside the city, everything was eerily normal. Families sitting on porches, children riding bikes, stores lining the streets, but there were no human goods. No groceries. Instead, the shops sold tools and parts, things that made no sense to him. That's when he realized they weren't human. None of them, even the children. And then they saw him. One by one, the people of Eternis turned to look at him. They didn't move, didn't speak. Then, as if an unseen command had been given, they all started to move in unison, not walking, not running, but shifting toward him in synchronized, mechanical precision. A cold dread settled in his stomach. Something was very, very wrong. "Lyra," he whispered. Her eyes flickered. "I wasn't supposed to bring you here." Before he could respond, a low, vibrating hum filled the air. Then they appeared, the Elders of Eternis. They didn't walk, they glided, their humanoid exteriors eerily flawless. They did not speak with voices. Instead, their words filled Elias's mind like a whispered transmission. "This is unacceptable. The human cannot leave." Elias felt a sharp pain behind his eyes, like static crawling through his brain. He stumbled back. Lyra stepped forward, desperation flashing in her eyes. "Please," she yelled. "He means us no harm." The elders did not react. Instead, they turned their hollow, glowing gaze on her. You have allowed yourself to fall in love with a human, and you have brought him here, knowing that it would jeopardize our entire existence. You have clearly broken the rules, laws, and regulations of Eternis. Lyra's hands clenched into fists. I didn't mean to. She looked at Elias, her voice breaking. I just wanted to know what it was like. The elders' voices hummed like a growing storm. We cannot risk it, Lyra. The human cannot leave. Elias reached out for her. Then we run. Lyra hesitated for a second. Then she took his hand, and they ran. The Vanishing of Eternis. Elias didn't look back. He could hear the eerie, synchronized footsteps of Eternis behind him. They were close, too close. They reached the city's edge, just past the final row of houses, where the sky seemed too smooth, like it wasn't sky at all, but a projected illusion. They were almost free. Then everything shattered. A pulse of energy rippled through the ground like a silent explosion. Lyra jerked back, her fingers slipping from Elias's grip. Lyra! He shouted, lunging for her. But she was already gone. The city collapsed inward. The buildings vanished like smoke, dissolving into the air as if they had never been real. And suddenly, Elias was alone. The Forgotten Story. Elias stood there, panting, heart racing. Where Eternis had been, there was now only an empty field. No buildings, no people, no trace that anything had ever been there. His hands shook. Had it all been a dream? But then, his fingers brushed against something in his pocket. A photograph. He pulled it out with trembling hands. It was him and Lyra, sitting at Sweet Haven, smiling. The only proof that Eternis had ever existed. When he told people his story, when he tried to explain the girl who had disappeared, the city that had vanished overnight, no one believed him, and the place where Eternis once stood, it was just an empty field, as if nothing had ever been there at all. Scripture, Corinthians 4, verse 18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. The lesson: some things are not meant to be found, and some love stories are meant to be forgotten, even if you remember.